Going to wait. You can see the Israeli defense minister right here. He's often been seen with the Pentagon Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin. And there was something interesting with some of those press briefing things with him and Secretary Austin. And that's all I'm going to say about it. It is. That's it. That was right here. Look at this. They're going to vow to exact a price after that attack. And analysts expect this could happen. Good morning, the Dawn. Hello, Applebrooks, honey, Ruthie. Yeah, let me screen this out. It's still in the news, so it ain't going nowhere. It's in oopsie. It's in the news and it ain't going nowhere yet. It's calm. The latest world leaders are urging not to retaliate for the Iranian drone. But you know they are. They are. It's just a matter of time. What may seem calm on the surface, it's what's beneath the surface that's happening, that's brewing. Their response is brewing beneath the surface. They're going to have a calculated response, and it's going to be at a calculated time. We got the full moon coming. Whenever the full moon date is, I know it's coming soon. And we're still in the Mercury retrograde, which doesn't end till the 25th. I'm not sure when the full moon occurs. It's coming soon because the moon is like, oh, it's a full moon's on the 23rd of April, and that will occur on a Tuesday. What is this right here? I'm trying to see this. So right now we've got this lamp is in the way. We've got a first quarter. Just think, it's only half. And then it's going to be full. Within 1 week, it turns into a full moon. And then the Mercury retrograde ends on the 25th. It's just a matter of time. It's the calm before the storm. They went to their shelters, their bomb shelters and stuff. Their war cabinets were meeting. And I'm sure they're getting lots of advice. They are from different people. The urgent restraint. Israeli war cabinet meets on response as the world leaders have gathered together. I can only imagine what's being planned behind the scenes, because it's not just Israel, it's all the other parties involved as well. But it really does. Doesn't it feel like the calm before the storm? Everything is, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense if you see how it happens. All of a sudden it shows up in the news. Boom, 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 boom. And then all quiet on the home front. All quiet on the home front. Is that possible to happen just like that? Yeah, it is. It's possible. Seems very strange on a worldwide view. Really, it does. No, it's just a matter of time. He's called off the retaliatory strike on Iran after talking with President Biden. Also, it was during this time, and I saw it in the comment section, that, excuse me, there was a delegation from Iraq that was meeting in Washington, D.C. Iraqi delegation for something in Washington, D.C., in Washington. And I forget what they were, yeah. He left Baghdad. The Iraqi Prime Minister, Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, has left Baghdad, headed to the United States, leading a delegation of government officials. That sounds important. Members of parliament and representatives from the private sector, as stated by the media. Oh, is this the first ever? So they had their successful meetings. It was a pivotal visit. Wonder what's going on. See, well, okay. So they couldn't have any retaliatory strikes occur because this visit didn't just not just this visit was planned. It was totally planned. They knew those strikes were coming, but they were still heading to the United States. And of course, Israel's not going to retaliate when they have a Middle East country, prominent leaders in the United States at the same time. Are they going to? They knew they were going. They knew it. It sounds kind of strange. It's a little, but it was carefully planned out like that. I wonder when they're going to leave. Wait a minute. This pops up in the news too. But this is on January the 26th of 2023. The Iraqi delegation visits Washington and U.S. confirms it. Successful meetings they had. They take sessions. They visit the Washington. Why this period of time? I really would like to have a past week. All right, the Prime Minister's Sudanese pivotal U.S. visit and its implications. They wanted to discuss sanctions and bilateral relations. They probably had a message. They probably had a message to deliver, and it was that's why he called. That's why he had to call Biden, because he wanted to know what was going on after those meetings. Because they could possibly be very close tied with Iran, and they had a message to deliver. A message to deliver, because it was like poof. That was it. That was it. It's the calm before the storms. They probably gave him an ultimatum. Probably made a plea deal. There's no telling. This world is so horrible. Hello, Christopher, honey. Sydney. Ooh. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Yeah, that's bad, bad, bad. It's the pure evil world. That's got bad, bad energy to it. It does. There's, I think, well, they probably don't have any you-know-whats in that country, and that's why they got those you-know-whats. Which, nonetheless, it's not good. Look at this. Washington is eyeing to expand the relationship 360 degrees. I guess that they have turned it around. Turned it all around with the, he met with Miss Harris. This is block. He met with Kamala. Well, I thought they was going to meet with Biden. He meets with U.S. President Kamala Harris in Munich, Germany. Well, what was she doing? What was she doing in Germany? She's over there in Germany. Is she? He's met with her in Germany, and now he's at the White House. This sounds really strange. They'll be an important part of the talks. They're gonna, okay. So he visited, he's gonna visit Washington next. See, it was a week ago. It's a week ago. Now, there's something going on behind the scenes. This could be a major distraction and stuff like that. Look at this. The Iraqi official who briefed on condition of a nominee said the defense and secretary or security relationship will be part of the discussion. He will meet with Joe Biden and Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, as well as Secretary of State. This is a high-level meeting. Why do you need to meet with the Secretary of Defense? Iraq. They say they want to work with the oil, finance, trade, electricity, enhancing security, independence, banking, bolstering democracy, all of that. 360, there's something fishy going on. Peace is good, but it just comes at a strange time with the Iran's airstrikes on Israel with the drones, and they didn't have much damage happening. When did John Carney go to Iran? When Trump was president? John Carney, we're talking war, trip to Iran. Oh, John Kirby? Was that his name, John Kirby? You say Carney? Let me see. Carney, I don't know who that Carney is. It's like a karmic Carney. Karma, Carney. They tout their extraordinary success. No, let me see. I don't know. Of course, you know, we don't want Iran firing on U.S. troops. I'm sure they had a message to deliver. I really am. John Kerry. John Kerry. Some money Iran received will fund their stuff. Thanks, John Kerry. He told the Pentagon he does not want war with Iran. Okay, so if Trump told the Pentagon he didn't want war with Iran, and the current administration doesn't want Iran to retaliate right now, traveling to it, I don't know. I just don't know about it. It's something's really strange happening. Oh, wow. Biden has told Netanyahu the U.S. will not support an Israeli counterattack on Iran. Biden and his senior advisors are highly concerned as Israel's response to Iran would lead to a regional war with catastrophic consequences. Catastrophic means just that, horrific, cascading, terrible, life-changing, catastrophic. So, when the Iraqi delegation came, and when the Iraqi delegation spoke with, who did they speak with whenever they came? I'm already on the wrong page. He spoke with the secretary. They already spoke with Kamala Harris. Then they spoke with Joe Biden, and then Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, and then the Secretary of State Kirby. I'm sure there was a warning that if they didn't do something, whatever, they were surely going to pay the price. I'm sure there was some kind of warning that was put out there quite blunt. And that's why the Israeli Prime Minister had to call, since the delegation had arrived, and he got himself on the phone call, Netanyahu did, and President Joe Biden told him, they're not going to support it. We are not going to support your war. Just like that. You retaliate, you're on your own, more or less. Told him on a phone call. That's what Reuters has said. We will not. This is after the Iraqi delegation came in. He warned Netanyahu, the U.S. will not take part in a counteroffensive against Iran. You're on your own. You are on your own. Well, there is scripture. This is, you want to go back to the biblical. It says like the nations will, I guess, turn against. So if Biden's not going to support them, neither will the other players. They'll have to do it on their own. But what if Israel decides to do it? And then they bomb our ships over there. They bomb the ships in the Mediterranean, or they bomb bases of the U.S. as a result. It's all messed up. It's the calm before the storm. Look at that. Will Israel hold back? Will they retaliate, or hold back? See, that's 19 hours. No, we're not going to join in anything. If they're not joining in on it, what if something comes back on it? No. Well, you got to do this. This is war is, it doesn't make sense. None of it's making sense if you think about it. War, it's a time for peace. And look at this. President Biden. Looks like I popped something else up there. President Biden. Today's tax day. President Biden and other leaders of the nations condemned Iran's attack on Sunday and said that it risked provoking an uncontrollable regional confrontation or escalation. The G7 leaders right there. The White House warned Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu they will not take part in a counteroffensive against Iran if Israel decides to retaliate after a barrage of overnight stuff. Meanwhile, Netanyahu convened his war cabinet, which it was brought into existence on, the 11th of October of 2023. And on the 11th of October of 2023, there was an article by the Military Times said the U.S. will not, they see no need to initiate the draft, right? That's what they said. Sorry about the reflection on my screen. Wait, what was that? Let me see that. Let me see how that looked. It's kind of, let me see this. I want to get to the other things. Sorry, you're seeing my beams up here on the ceiling. I want to see this for a second. They look like shooting stars in the sky is what they look like. It's night vision. They're doing it in the night. They're blowing it. They're blowing it up. You know, they really do look like shooting stars. Isn't that interesting? They look like shooting stars in the sky. Blinken. Who is Blinken? Secretary, who is the Blinken guy? I don't know who Blinken is. Who is Blinken? And Austin speak to their counterparts. The UN Guterres calls for a de-escalation. So the UN's not going to support it either. The U.S. says Iran's going to be held accountable. Israel will lift some security measures. Okay. Whatever, right? Let me be clear. If Iran or its proxies take action against the United States or further action against Israel, Iran will be held responsible, he said. Okay, so he's double speak is what it is, like a double speak. And then he says, the next sentence, still, He told Netanyahu the United States will not participate in further action against Iran over Israel. Then the United States, Secretary of U.S. State Antony Blinken, I didn't know who his name was. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin also spoke to their counterparts in Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Egypt, and Jordan, stressing the need to avoid the escalation, the importance of coordinated diplomatic response, and emphasizing the U.S. will continue to support Israel's defense. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. So let's close that up because it doesn't make sense. To close the book. When things don't make sense, you just like close it, and then you just zip it. You're just gonna zip it up. Gina, where is the zipper? Let me zip it up. This is what we need to do with all the war talk. If I can do it, just zip it up. Zip up the war talk. I can't do it like that, but I'm gonna let you hear it. There. Zip it up. Close it up. Zip it up. Do not engage anymore with it. But something's going to happen. We still have the full moon coming, and we still have the Mercury retrograde. It's a kind of twisted tie, twisted whatever. Well, what are you looking at, Rosie, honey? Are you out there watching me? Are you a little baby? You look like a baby. Are you? What you going to do, honey? You going to walk in the house? You're wanting a treat. Rosie, honey, what you want to talk about? What you going to do? You want to sit there and be a little girl? You're pretty, Rosie. You are a little baby. You've been outside in the nice weather, Rosie, honey. You just been doing your own thing. Yeah. When we got her from the shelter, she would take the lady who runs the shelter, the Humane Society. She would run off with the lady's glasses is what she would do. She would pick them up and run off with them. I really think Rosie is not all feline. Not all. There's something in Rosie. Yeah. You all know this is a calm before the storm. I'd still get prepared. I really would. I'd make sure I'm, get yourself right on the inside. Strengthen your spiritual self. Get yourself balanced. Just do it. Get yourself balanced on the inside of your being. Get close to God. Get close to Jesus. Get out in nature. Ground yourself. Ground yourself. Let me hop out here. It is absolutely, it's beautiful. I put my clip-on lens on because I wanted to see if I could see something rising with the sun. Gina, what did you see? A bunch of clouds. Oh, look at that beautiful butterfly. Yeah. They're eating. Now Rosie, honey, wants to come outside. Rosie, you want to be a little baby? And you want to come outside? Do I hear you, Rosie? Come on. You want to come out? You can. You go on, Rosie. And leave those butterflies alone. Yeah. Oh, thank you, FLA, Patriot. Yeah, it's nice out. The gardens are ready to be expanded now. Let me just take you outside, you all. Just lose reception. I'm just everything is, the mulch is all done. I didn't know we had street sweepers here. I don't know what that thing is that's moving. Supposed to get 80 degrees today. What are they? I don't know what that is that they got going on over there. Do we got a reception here? This is my sugar snap peas. These are the daikon radishes. I didn't thin them out. They'll thin themselves out. Only the strong will survive, whatever that is. The onions, the green onions, they're popping up. More daikon radishes. Some sage, some snow peas, or sugar snap peas. And these are the ones that survive the cold. Someone said, Gina, I think you planted too early. No, they survived. My husband hoed out the weeds the other day, day before yesterday is what he did. So this is going to be ready. We're taking a little tour in the yard for a second because it's the growing season. He spent 3/4 of the day pulling out the weeds from this area. He said it was too much to do all in one day, and then he did his weed eating. We're going to put the okra plants in here. This is our compost pile. All that rich dirt up there in the upper garden came from probably 3 or 4 years of the compost pile. He moved, it all had turned to dirt, and he had, I think it was like a year last year or the year before, he moved all the dirt up here. That's why the soil looks so rich. And where Rosie's at. She's up here somewhere. It's all right. There's another truck like that. Wonder what's going on over there. Somebody might be getting something for their house or something. I don't know what those things are. I have no idea. Oh, that's the little Rosie. Hey, Rosie. Gina, you're talking about war, now you're showing Rosie. Well, she's a beautiful distraction. She is. Yeah. She can, go on, Rosie, go under the porch. Yeah, let me flip this around. It's already getting hot, I'm just going to tell you. And I'm getting hungry. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I am going to go. We took a little tour. It's humid. It's a little humid. It's already 70 degrees out. Let me flip this. 70. It's a tad bit humid. It is. I'm going to go. Oh, here's the wind chime. I'm going to go. So with that being said, you want to make sure you just get the peace within and the balance within your being. You do. Pray more, meditate more, ground yourself. Get out in nature, ground yourself. Ground yourself is what I would do. If there's things you want to get done, get them done. Now's the time. Now is the time to get the stuff done. So I'm going to go. I am. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. And if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'm watching the butterfly fly. Butterfly fly. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you for joining. And hopefully today, really, if the sky remains clear, I want to stick that camera outside the window again with that clip-on lens and see what else we can catch. If you have not watched the video from last night, it was the, like there was something like a battle going on up there. The UFOs are flying all around. I can probably put that video into a little bitty short to where you can see all the stuff flying around up there right by the sun. It was cool. It was so exciting. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. Thank you, moderators, and thank you all for your comments. Love you.